It's the third year of the Scott Barb era under the helm here at Madonna University for the volleyball program. After 2 straight years with a winning record, 15 wins and 19 wins respectively, both early exits in the conference tournament in the semifinal to the 1 seed and the eventual conference champion last year. It was the Warriors from Indiana Tech. But anyone that's anyone about NAIA volleyball knows that the Crusaders are a very historic program trying to get back on their feet here in the WAC. We'll shoot it over. Scott Barb. Sean Massa joined by Madonna volleyball head coach Scott Barb. Coach, you're going into your 3rd season here. Last year, you had 6 seniors graduate, all heavy contributors, but a lot of young talent last year, a lot of young talent coming in, a lot of key players returning. What can you kind of tell us about the expectations of sort of retooling for this season?
Yeah, for us, overall, we're always working on that process when we're recruiting and bringing players in as far as the concept of how can we drive our team more, what more advantage can we give. We have a lot of good returners on a consistent basis. We have one of our top attackers, Kara Booz, is coming back again. She's coming into 3rd season of play and stuff like that, and she's just, I feel, dominating in all different areas for us as far as blocking, attacking. We have an amazing setting group with Carl Stoll. Carly has really stepped into her own, taking on like a 5-1 offense. She's really driving our team with success as far as leading them to give them the best options to run the best attacks on the court, and just great leadership overall. Another one of our captains is Hannah Keenan. Hannah Keenan is the top, to me, top outside hitter within the WAC conference. I think that she's going to dominate this year. So we have the strong hold with our captains themselves, and then coinciding with our team, we've had a lot of new incomers. Gwen Clifford is a middle who's coming in. Right side is going to play well for us. We have Olivia Wright, Alexa Forte, outside middles that are going to be strong for us. I generally feel that we have one of the top defensive groups on the east side of the United States. Our defense, probably 4 or 5 my options, could be liberos on any team within the WAC or any other conference. So we have a good base to hold our team together structurally as far as giving them a good drive, and then I feel like on the back end that we have good leadership and strong personalities that really help build our culture.
And then you talk about that culture. You guys have had some success on the court as well. This is being your 3rd season, 19 wins last year, but a 2nd straight year of an exit in the semifinal to the eventual WAC champion. How do you guys as a team and teams in the future get over that hump and get to that WAC championship, get to that national tournament?
Yeah, so it's always been a talk even since we started here, and again we've had the success and whatnot, but we need the additional drive, the endurance of us, and our season is a relatively long season, and so we're working on a lot of our mental side of the game, building up our minds into being self-thinkers on the court, focusing on having the willingness to take the shots and work on different areas that might not be as comfortable for us. So we're trying to delve in that more with our players, and we're really trying to give them the best options to perform at their highest level. I think it's always a case that they are always out there working hard and giving their best. When we're playing set teams, especially in the WAC conference, we're looking and scouting and trying to analyze what we need to do. I think that it comes down to that if we can provide our best on the court, it doesn't matter what team we're going to play, we're going to drive through that and be successful.
Yeah, and then we'll go to this year, 2024. You guys have already played 3 games. You had an early season in the Cougar Classic. You lost all 3, but close losses, especially to a top 25 team and a team receiving votes in the poll. What have you as a coach from the sideline either seen that you liked or either seen that you guys need to tweak before going into WAC play?
Yeah, so what I like is their energy. They have great energy. They're staying positive through it, and they're really helping and promoting one another. So it's part of our culture, trying to give back to each other. We're really trying to help not just work on one particular athlete, but work on all the athletes and work on the team together as kind of having a cohesiveness to be successful. I think things that we're working on, I don't really have a dislike ever with the team. I think things that we're working on with them is that we're working on taking ownership in what we're doing, focusing on how we're working around the block, how we're getting ball placement, shot placement. Our communication needs to be higher. The teams that we played in this past weekend, all good level teams, high competition. Again, they were receiving votes and ranked in top 25. Those aspects are important to us, but it's something that is not going to drive our team. We need to focus on more of our mental side of the game. And we had a lot of good things that came out of the weekend. We had good placement on ball control. We had good shot placement. We had an amazing atmosphere with the team was staying alive the entire time. They weren't getting down on themselves. And I think in the past years, we've kind of lost that a little bit where we have situations happen, especially going into the WAC and going to the finals and semifinals, stuff like that, that we're just not keeping that competitive edge. And we're really working on that this year to keep our minds straight, focus on the mental part of the game, and really have that drive to know that, you know, we may lose a point here and there, but we're going to gain more points, more than we lose at a particular time in the game, and we're going to focus on that drive to push players and really have that work ethic involved with it.
Yeah, and then you as a coach can obviously attest to this. It's very well known. You can garner an idea mentally where your team's at, what you guys are going to accomplish going into a season throughout camp and the preseason. What are your expectations this year for this team?
Long-term expectations, I expect us to win the WAC, and I want to move to the national level. With those expectations, we are writing them out. We're putting them down. We're saying them every day. Every day we walk in, we're actually taking ownership to what we're saying, that we are going to win the WAC this year. We are going to move to the national title. We are going to keep that drive for our team. And we're taking ownership, too, in practice and outside of practice. You know, what are we doing to help each other? How are we working to build our culture more? What are we trying to do to focus on, are we doing every single thing correctly every single time as we walk in the gym and as we walk out of the gym? And so I think that saying that every day, I think instituting, and I think that taking that ownership, like, okay, we've said we're going to do it, now let's go out and accomplish it, I think is a big step for us, where we have not really said that in the past. We've had plans to win that, but we're not really stating it every day. And I tell all the athletes, like, we need to start talking about it more. We need to say it more. We need to know, like, we can win the WAC championship. We can move forward. We can win the WAC regular season. It doesn't matter where our placement is. Around our team in general, Madonna Volleyball for the past 3 years has been around like 3 or 4 in rankings every single year. And we've dominated for most of the time during that time frame. We've gotten to the semis, and we've always faced the #1 seed team in the semis. And so for that aspect, like, we're going to move forward with that. We're gonna be at the top 1 or 2. We're going to make sure that we're there so that when we go in, we are going to the finals. We are moving forward to the national title. And for everything through that, it's all about the journey, I tell them. You know, we set goals, and sometimes we overachieve those goals, which is great. Other times we don't complete our goals, but at least we've made that journey together to try to work towards it, and that's kind of our process.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick moment aside and shoot you aside. We'll bring you back with a former player now on the coaching staff in Casey Stoneburner. Sean Masson, now joined by now assistant coach, but former Crusader volleyball player for 4 years, Casey Stoneburner. Casey, over your 4-year career, you had over 1,700 assists and over 600 kills. How does it feel to be back for another year, but this time you're on the sideline?
You know, it's great. I'm glad to still be part of the program. Hurts a little bit. I've played volleyball for a majority of my life, but I'm glad that I'm still able to give back to the team in a different capacity this year.
And then you led the team in assists last year with 564. Second right behind you was then sophomore, now junior, Carly Stoll. What was the off season like, and was there sort of a mentorship last year and then carrying on to this year's preseason between you guys, you know, 2 big setters on the team?
Yeah, you know, funny enough, in the off season, Barb actually had us change the roles a little bit. He had me trained to be a pin, so really paved the way for Carl to step into that leadership role, which was really exciting. So I kind of got to lean back and watch her grow and support her along the way. We're very different styles of players, which is super cool, very complimentary. So there was a lot that I could teach her, a lot that she already had that we just helped refine. So it was really fun to watch her blossom like that.
And then you were a sophomore in 2021, the last time this program won the WAC title. What does that experience bring to you on the coaching aspect to try to get this team and teams in the future over the hump to get to that WAC title?
Yeah, I loved my experience all 4 years, but that sophomore year there was something really special going on here. And so for me to be part of that and to still have an impact on this team, it's really my family, and I want to help guide them back to that place we were at culturally, just across the board. I know that we have all the resources, all the tools, so just seeing how we've been able to grow and overcome obstacles since then, I'm very confident that we can fight our way back to that same level we were at sophomore year.
Thank you, Casey. That's Casey Stoneburn talking about transitioning from on the court to on the sideline as a coach here at Madonna University. We'll kick it aside to another former player turned coach. This time, it's the graduate assistant here at Madonna in Nicole Golder. We'll finish up the coaching side of things with the GA here at Madonna in 2024, Nicole Golder. Nicole, you played 5 years at Wayne State. You were on that Warrior team that went to the NCAA Midwest Regional in 2021. How would you say that experience and your experience as a whole in playing field at college is going to help you now in the coaching chapter?
So I did. We had some successful years at Wayne. That team taught me how to win and how to win with grace and compassion, and I really want to bring that into this program to be successful and still carry yourself in a respectful manner. That's what I think these female athletes should embody, and I'm really excited to get to that level here.
And then you also handle a lot of the social media aspects of Madonna Volleyball. What do you hope to gain here from your first year and then eventually your second year here as the GA?
Yeah, so I'm super excited to do the social media part too. I think that's a big way for fundraisers. I think that's a big way to get our name out there. That's not just in a playing aspect. Social media has become a big thing in the last couple years, and that's just a way to brand ourselves, get our university's name out there, and show them we can compete on the court and in the media world.
And this being your first year here at Madonna, can you kind of describe to me the influence and the experience kind of just joining this team, getting integrated here with the Madonna program?
Yeah, so Coach Barb has really welcomed me with open arms. I'm really excited to be part of a program with a head coach that cares so much and shows the same level of respect to the athletes that he wants to gain from them. I think that's super important. Also, all the girls are wonderful. They all show up every day. They work really hard, and they're looking to get that 1% better each day, which fuels me as an athlete where I was at Wayne, but also fuels me as a coach that I need to be better for them 1% every day.
Thank you, Nicole. We finish up with the coaching side. Now we go over to the on-the-field play. We'll start with the setter, the junior, Carly Stoll. We move on to the player side of things. We're joined by the coaching staff. Now we move on to the on-the-court action. Sean Masson, Carly Stoll. Carly, your first year at Madonna, you were top 10 in the conference in assists. Last year, you were second on the team with north of 550. How was your first year here as a Crusader?
Honestly, it was amazing. We had a great season. We definitely didn't make it as far as we really wanted to, but I think going off of last season and building with a lot of younger girls going into bigger roles, we will have a great season for our fans this year.
And then we talked about your assist numbers last year. The only person above you in that category was now coach Casey Stoneburner, and you've seen your assist numbers nearly double per set early on in the season. What was the off-season like, the preseason like for you, not only knowing you're going to have a bigger role, but also with Casey there along the way?
It was definitely exciting because all summer we went over who I would have returning this year and what plays we could run with those girls, and just knowing that we're trying to speed up our offense this year. And with one setter now, you can definitely get bigger connections with girls just because it's consistently coming from one person. So I think with the help of Coach Casey, we'll definitely be able to grow those numbers even more, and hopefully our hitters can benefit more from it.
And then as a setter, you have a kind of a leadership role on the court. How would you guide your teammates and lead your teammates through sets? But have you also noticed a growth internally in that aspect from last year to this year, from entering college till now?
Definitely. I feel like this year with playing more, I have to conserve a lot of my energy. I always am that type of person that's cheering as hard as they can and putting a lot of energy into that kind of thing. And this year it's more like I have to stay calm and bring a Casey presence to the court that we're missing. So I've definitely been seeing an internal growth in that, and just keeping my emotions lower and not letting them spike too much.
And then one more question for you here. You can't really get away from this fact. How does it feel playing with your sister here at Madonna at the college level?
It's honestly the best feeling in the entire world. She's my biggest rock, biggest supporter. She keeps me calm. She keeps me on my toes. She pushes me harder every single day at practice. So it's honestly just the best experience, and I couldn't ask for anything better. So.
Thank you so much, Carly.
Yeah, thank
That's
you.
Carly Stoll talking about the upcoming season. Let's take a quick break, shoot you aside, bring you back with Kira Buza. Sean Masson now joined by middle blocker, outside hitter, and self-dubbed wherever coach wants me to play, Kira Buza. Kira, last year you led the team in kills with 283, first team all-conference for the second straight year. How was it to receive that honor again?
It was really an honor. I really owe it all to my coaches, especially to my setters and the defenders, the people behind me. I wouldn't be able to do it without that first pass. Everyone knows the serve receive game is so important, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without my two amazing setters, Casey and Carly.
And then, so we talked about how you led the team last year in kills. The next three behind you, all seniors, so all graduated last season, no longer here at Madonna. What was the offseason like for you, knowing your role this year on the attack was just going to be even bigger?
I really took it in stride. I knew that I had to do what I had to do to perform this year. It's a big role, and I want to do the best I possibly can for my team. So I made sure I was getting all my extra training in, seeing a personal trainer, going to the gym consistently, getting my nutrition a priority, and just doing everything I can in my power to be the best for our entire team.
And then going into your senior season here at Madonna, you kind of got to get a leadership role going as you get to the upperclassman role. You get to be a veteran. How has it been preseason, and how have you really implemented leadership to get the younger guys in the team, the younger players, ready for the season?
I'm really trying to lead by example. I remember being a freshman my first year. It was a lot, and it's a big adjustment, and I really just want to be that person that everyone can come to when they need their help. So I'm trying to lead by example on the court, off the court, trying to make sure all my academics are in place, and then just trying to be a friendly face to all the new freshmen and, greeting them to the team.
Thank you, Kira. That's Kira Buzet talking about her senior season. We'll shoot you aside to another senior with Hannah Keenan. We'll stay on the track of seniors. Hannah Keenan, senior outside hitter, here with myself, Sean Massa. Hannah, you've been here for now 4 years, and every single year, your usage just skyrockets from year to year. What was the offseason like for you in preparation for your senior campaign?
Off-season's always fun. Our schedule's always changing. Off-season's kind of just a focus where we could get our bodies ready and our mentalities ready for the upcoming season. We have a pretty young team this year, so I think a lot of our time went to making sure the freshmen were staying accountable with our programs and making sure they were ready to come in strong.
And you guys played an early season tournament. We'll touch on the record of that tournament a little bit later on. But you've been killing it as of late. Second in kills, fourth in blocks, and the top receiver with a 9.66 on nearly 100 attempts early on. How has the early season been for you on the court, but also, as a leader with this young team that you touched on?
Yeah, so this is my first year being captain. It's been such a fun time. Being able to kind of voice my opinion on practice matters and game matters has been a lot of fun. Like I said, we have a really new team, or really new young team, so it's been a lot of fun making sure everyone's getting comfortable with each other and making sure we have the right atmosphere on the court when we play. So I think just getting to know everyone and making sure everyone's getting along has been a great time.
And then we said we touched on the record. You guys dropped all 3 games at the Cougar Classic, but some really tough teams during that set. How do you, as a captain, as a leader on this team, keep the younger players, keep everyone with those goals you guys set in mind?
Yeah, so that past weekend was pretty challenging. We played a lot of big, strong schools. So going in, we obviously wanted to win. It was a goal to win a couple of the games at least, but we played some really challenging teams, and some freshmen even got to touch the court and get in. So I think it was a great experience for all of us to play at a game's pace against really strong schools. It was a lot more satisfying playing strong schools than going over a weekend where we knew we could sweep everyone out of the gym. So I think it was a great challenge for us, and it's only up from there.
Thank you, Hannah. We've talked to the coaches. We've talked to the players. There's only one thing left to do, and that's play some volleyball. The Crusaders are back in action. They begin waction on the 4th at Receiving Votes Aquinas, and they're back here at the PAC on September 6th for a tri-match.